Hi there everybody, I am going to do a wee tutorial on Instagram today of a colourful cut crease look, and it won a wee vote I did yesterday on my page. Some of you were voting as to which look you preferred and it won, so I'm actually quite happy that it was a wee colourful look that won, because I had planned to do the wee tutorial and today was supposed to be one of the biggest festivals. Like, thank God it wasn't. Look at that rain outside. But anyway, I am going to go, and I think I'll do one eye off camera and then I can go on and you'll be able to see like what we're aiming for. So I will be back in a wee while. Okay, so this is the look that I'm going to be showing you today, and I will show you as well what products I've used. So just quickly to go over those, I am using the BPerfect Carvival XL Pro Palette. I am using a Peaches pigment. This one is called Current Mood, and it kind of shifts between this purpley colour and like a blue. For my eyeshadow base, I am using the P. Louise Base 2. You can use just your ordinary concealer if you don't have the wee base, and to cut the crease you can obviously use the same base again, but I'm going to use the Blank Canvas Acid Rain P. Louise base. So that is it, let's get started. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to set down my eyeshadow base, which I'm going to use the P. Louise Base Shade 2. So I'm going to brush up my eyebrows up and out of the way. I'm going to do my eyebrows last because I'm going for a fluffy brow look. So to apply my base, I'm going to be using a flat edged brush to do the front part of my brow, and I'm going to use a curved brush to do the arch and to fill in the rest of the brow. And then I will also use a brush which I've lost, but I'm going to use, there it is, a fluffy brush just to buff it back into the skin, and I'll show you now what I mean with all that. So when you've applied an even coat of your base, you just need to take a fluffy brush and just use an eyeshadow brush, and you're just buffing where the base meets the skin, just so that there's no obvious lines. And I'm just using the same wee brush just to pat all over to make sure your base is lovely and even. Now we're moving on to our eyeshadow. So our first colour is going to be Reckless, which is this one from the BPerfect palette. I'm just going to set it down out of the road. And I just want to talk about my brushes. I use 2 brushes per colour because you want one to apply the colour just directly to where you need it, and you're going to use a clean brush, a fluffier one, just to buff the edges of it. So you'll understand what I mean when I start doing it, but you can see the difference in the brushes. I like quite a small brush. This is the size of a brush I like to use for this, just because it's more precise. So whenever we're applying our colour, we need to press it right into the skin with that wee brush, and you're going to work the whole way around until the colour is as vibrant as it is in the pan. So you can see here that I have plotted right in the middle where I want my darkest colour to be. Always remember that you need to take your dark colour quite high because you're going to cut through that dark colour, so you still need room so that your cut crease is going to be a decent height, but you're still going to see that darkest colour. And remember also that you still need to leave space for maybe 3 or 4 other colours above this one. Okay, so I've just worked a wee bit more to build that colour up. As you can see, it's really opaque and vibrant as well. So once you have it built up to as deep as you want it, you just need to take your wee clean brush and you're just going to lightly dust the edges. I mean, you're hardly touching your skin. Everything when you're working around your eyes should be very light anyway. But yeah, just really light pressure. The lighter you go, the softer your blend will be. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to my next colour, which is also from the BPerfect palette, and it is this more violet sort of purple, and it's called Wasted. So I'm using 2 new brushes for this. I don't want to use the same brush for a different colour. So I'm going in with my smaller one, and where I'm going to apply this is sort of half on what I've already done and half above it. So you're not going any broader than the tip of the brush. So you're just going to do a fine line of this purple the whole way around the original colour that you've put down. So as before, you're going to take your other wee cleaner brush and you're just going to buff round the edges. And once you're finished that, you are going to go in with your next colour, which is called Boy Bye. It's this orangey red. So it's going to apply exactly the same way as the last one, by which I mean it's half on and half above your previous colour. And then just the same as always, I have softened that outer edge and I'm going to apply my next colour, which is yellow, and it is the shade Keen from the BPerfect palette. Okay, so now you should have applied all your colours, and you might notice by looking at it in the mirror thinking, oh my god, some of the colours I applied first are a bit wishy-washy looking. So you're going to go back down the colours again. So you're going to go in with your red. You're not going to add very much to your brush. Let me just zoom in and show you. You're just going to lightly go over I would say sort of where the purple meets the red, just to enhance that a wee bit again, just so the vibrance of that colour isn't lost within the blend. So you're going to do that back down through all the colours, through your violet purple and then through the deep purple. Okay, so you should notice that your colours stand out a lot more now, just that you've neatened them all up a wee bit. So next is the fun bit, the cut crease. So I am going to use the P. Louise Acid Rain paint in blank canvas. You can of course use your ordinary P. Louise base or concealer. The wee brush I'm using is from Peaches and Cream, and you can see that it is so thin. It's not too big either, it's just the perfect size for me to do a wee cut crease. Right, so I've put a wee bit of the base on my hand and I'm just picking up a wee bit on my brush. I'm just going back and forward on it just to make sure that the brush is nice and thin. I'm going to look straight ahead in the mirror and I'm just going to see where I want my point to be. So I am going to start from there and I'm going to work the whole way around. I'm going to just dab on nice and slow. Let me zoom in. I hope I don't muck this up. So you're stamping it on. So once you've drawn out the shape of your cut crease where you want it to be, then you're just going to fill in the whole lot with the base. When it comes to this edge here, you don't want very much on your brush at all. You want this part really light because you're going to be blending the eyeshadows back in that way, just to make everything nice and seamless and blend really well. So I have filled in with my base and I'm just taking my wee dark colour. The darkest colour. I haven't really added very much to my brush, just a wee dab, and you can see where I'm just softening this edge a wee bit, and I'm actually going to bring it in so that it's going to be like that sort of shape, if you get what I mean. And then I'm just doing a wee bit of the lighter purple and just sort of dabbing it along that edge. It'll just give me a nice wee gradient into the pigment as well. Okay, and then the pigment, you're just going to press it on top of the base and it will just stick to it. It's sticky enough, it wouldn't have had time to fully dry. So your wee pigment will just stick on there everywhere you just press it in. Take your time and just like stamp it on and press it in. And this wee pigment is called Current Mood. It is by Peaches and Cream. And you're going to take it completely over the eyelid, everywhere that your base is. And then whenever you come to this wee outside bit where it meets the eyeshadow, you're just going to sort of dab over the top of the eyeshadow a wee bit, just so that there's a nice gradient that you're not going to see where the eyeshadow starts. There's not going to be a harsh line between the two. So it's just about getting blended. Okay, we're getting there now. So I have just cleaned up under my eye with a wee cotton pad and I have put a kohl liner in my waterline and sort of down through my lashes a wee bit as well. And that's going to help me smoke out the bottom liner. So I'm going to use this wee brush, it's like a wee pencil brush, and I'm taking my darkest colour and I'm just going to work this along the lower lashes and it will blend with the eyeliner and give a really nice dark smoky purple. We're just going to use the exact same colours that we used above. So that's our darkest colour applied. We're going to just use the same wee brush. There's the one from the purple. So I'm going to just pick up a wee bit of that and you're going to apply it exactly the same way that you did above, in that you're sort of going half on what you've just applied and half below it, and you're going to work your way through all the colours. Okay, so I have done my under eyes. If you feel like you've gone a bit too low with your under eyes, don't worry too much because we can clean that up whenever we are doing our concealer. So the next thing I'm going to do is my eyeliner. I'm using a black liquid liner and I'm going to start in the inside really thin and I'm going to get thicker as we go out, and I'm going to try and blend it into the darkest shadow I'm also going to apply my lashes, which today are TL3 from Tatty Lashes, which I think really suit this kind of style. I'm going to do all of this off camera because I'm really crap at doing eyeliner on myself. So just in case I muck it up, I'm going to do it off camera. Just means I can get a wee bit closer to the mirror. I obviously don't have my glasses on either, so I'm doing this like not able to see too well. So I think we're doing all right so far. But yes, I'm going to do liner and then lashes off camera. Right, so that is our eyes finished, and now I'm going to fire on a bit of foundation. Today I'm using MAC Studio Fix. I really like it as a foundation. I find it suits most skin types and it also photographs really well. Okay, so I've just put my foundation on and I've applied my concealer just to show you where you should be putting your concealer. So you put it under your eyes. I like a bit here, down my nose, top of the lip and chin. And I'm just going to use a wee eyeshadow brush, couldn't think of the word there, a wee eyeshadow brush just to blend this all in. So my foundation and concealer are now all blended together, and I've used a wee setting powder all over just to take away any shine. I would have quite oily skin, so I like to just pack on the powder just to make sure that there's no oil or shininess going to come through. So next I'm going to just do my bronzer, and I'm using MAC Mineralize in Dark Tan. So I like quite a small brush again for this because of the precision. So you're just going to go from the top of your ear, underneath your cheekbone, and work your way down your cheek and just sort of lift it at the end. Just to give a wee bit of lift to your face rather than dragging it down too much. Just to show you how much a wee bit of bronzer can totally transform your face, I've done it on one half. So you can see I've done here, I've done across my hairline as well, and a wee bit just under here. So there's the side with none, and there's the side just with a wee bit of bronzer. So you can see there's a massive difference. This side looks so flat, and this side, it just gives so much colour, definition, everything back into your face is a very important step. Okay, I've put on my blusher, my highlighter, and I'm just going to quickly do my brows. I wear very little makeup in my brows. I have my brows laminated, so I like the fluffy brow look. I don't really have to do much, so I'll just show you very quickly. I'm just going to brush them up and out. Just do one. And I'm using MAC's Brow Styler, and this shade is called Brunette. So I'm literally just going to go along, and anywhere I think there's a wee gap, down near the baseline, I'm just going to fill it in a wee bit. Like this. This is literally all I'm doing. I have wee sparse areas at the front, so I'm just penciling them in a wee tiny bit more. But you can see I'm just doing it in like wee flicks, like wee strokes. Okay, so I've just finished off camera. I've done my lip gloss and my lip liner. So that is my finished look for today, and that was my first Instagram tutorial. So I would love if you are going to recreate it, to tag me, let me know. I would love to see if anyone does give it a go. Today was supposed to be festival day. This was one of my busiest booked out days, so it felt good to do a wee bit of colour today, and I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, bye.